Hello again and welcome to part 3 of the Standby Partner Dashboard training course. In this short video, we will explore some useful features to help you interact more effectively with the dashboard. While these features are applicable to any other Power BI dashboard, we will show them in the context of Standby Partner Dashboard. The most important and powerful feature for working interactively with the dashboard is applying filters. But before we dive into that, let's quickly review some features that can help you better understand the visuals, especially in a dashboard like ours that is data rich and dense. The first feature is focus mode. This feature lets you expand any chart or visual to full screen mode to see it more clearly, making it easier to explore the details. To use this feature, simply move your mouse to hover over a visual or select it. Then you'll see an icon appears in the top right corner of the visual. It looks like a square with an arrow pointing outward. Clicking this icon activates focus mode, expanding the visual to full screen for easier viewing and closer analysis. Looks much better now. The second feature is viewing visuals as a data table. This is simple. Just right-click on the visual, then choose Show as a Table. This brings the visual into focus mode now with the data table displayed below. If you don't like the current orientation, in the top right corner, you'll see an icon that lets you switch the orientation between vertical and horizontal. Unfortunately, in the public link, many features are deactivated by Power BI. For example, you can't export the data to an Excel file from here. However, you can still extract the data from here manually or use available AI tools to assist you with the process. The third feature is using tooltips. Tooltips appear when you hover over different parts of a visual. They provide quick, specific information without the need to apply filters or having a separate visual. For a Standby Partner dashboard, I've made sure that the tooltips are clear and to the point, so be sure to take advantage of them. It's simple, just move your mouse pointer to hover over the part of the visual you want to examine, and a small window will pop up with the relevant data. Take this donut chart for example. Visually, it only shows the number of working days, but if you hover your mouse over each segment, a tooltip reveals additional information. Here, the number of active deployments in addition to the number of working days. Now let's move on to the most important part of this section, filters. In our dashboard, there are two methods for applying filters. The first filtering method is called cross-highlighting. Cross-highlighting allows you to click directly on parts of a chart, like a bar, a slice of a pie or donut chart, or any other data point. And then the data related to that selected portion remains fully visible while the rest is dimmed. This makes it easy to visually separate the data you are focusing on from everything else. There is also another option called cross-filtering, which completely removes the unselected parts instead of dimming them. But in this dashboard, since we already have slicers for more precise filtering, I have chosen to enable cross-highlighting. This way, users can keep the full context and easily compare data points side by side. Alright, as an example, if we click on SBP segment in this donut chart showing support types, you'll notice changes across the other visuals. But there is a cool feature. If you hover over another chart, like the one showing countries, you'll see that the tooltip now displays both the total value and the highlighted value. It's a quick and intuitive way to explore the data while staying focused on what matters most to you. The second method is through slicers, which you see on all main pages of a Standby Partner dashboard. Slicers are the most user-friendly way to filter data on any dashboard. They come in different forms like drop-downs, vertical lists, tiles, and more. Their main advantage is simplicity. With just a few clicks, users can filter the entire dashboard based on criteria like country, year, or partner without needing any technical knowledge. They are intuitive, easy to use, and provide quick access to the exact slice of data you are interested in. In our dashboard, all the slicers are designed as drop-down menus. Some, like support type, have just a few options. Others, like countries, contain a long list of choices. If you like to see the full list of available options in a slicer, especially when it's long, you can right-click on the slicer and choose Show as a table. This displays the slicer values in a clear, scrollable table format like this. Now another feature. If the list is long and you want to find a specific name, there is a quick trick. Click on the menu to open it, then press Ctrl F on your keyboard. A small search bar will appear at the top of the drop-down. Simply type the name you are looking for and select it from the filtered results. It's a fast and efficient way to navigate large lists, especially useful for slicers like countries or partner names. You have noticed so far that our slicers allow multiple selection, so you can choose more than one option if needed. For example, selecting several functional areas at once. Here I select 4 main functional areas, for example. And to clear the filters, there is usually an eraser icon built into the slicer. But if Power BI has restricted that option and you don't see that eraser, you still have two alternatives. You can simply refresh the page to reset all filters, or to clear a specific slicer, open the drop-down menu. You can check and uncheck Select All. This removes the filter and brings back the full dataset. And as a final feature, if you select the chart, you'll notice a small icon with 3 horizontal lines like a funnel. This is the filters icon. When you click on it, it shows all the filters currently applied to that specific chart. If something doesn't look right or you want to change the filters, just go to the relevant slicer and adjust or remove the selection. For example, here, if you don't like the current filter, you can go to the slicer and erase it. Alright, before we wrap up this section, there is one important point to keep in mind. While slicers are great for filtering data, sometimes they can cause side effects in charts that may seem confusing at first. For example, if you select Cancel the status in the status slicer, you'll notice that the efficiency rate doesn't display any value. Because by applying that filter, you are removing all met requests from the dataset. So the formula behind those visuals no longer works as intended. I agree that I could have delinked the slicer from those specific visuals to avoid this behavior. But the team decided to keep the charts dynamic instead of static, so users can see the changes. Because if a filter is applied and a chart doesn't change, it might cause more confusion. So I didn't delink the visuals and irrelevant slicers, but just be aware of these possible unwanted behaviors when using a slicer. To interpret them, I refer you to part 2, where we covered all the data concepts. With this final point, I end this video and invite you to go to the next video where we will look at real examples of how to generate reports using filters. So see you soon in the final video.